Politics in Kenya is getting more interesting and more lively. Which way ODM party? Will ODM party field a presidential candidate, or will it support William Ruto's election, or will it support an opposition leader? That's a question I know some Kenyans might be asking, going on what Professor Anyang NYONG'O said yesterday. In this video, I want us to have a look at NYONG'O's remarks, for they are going to inform the basis of our analysis right now. Before we do that, let me start by saying this. If you look at the political trends in Kenya, normally a political party can easily become irrelevant if it's known early in advance that the party will not produce a presidential candidate. That's why major political parties in Kenya, even though their leadership knew well in advance that they would support other presidential candidates, they always insisted that they will stop at nothing but the presidency. We've seen that with major political parties such as Wiper. We've seen that with Ruto. We saw that with Uhuru Kenyatta and some other major political leaders. They always insisted that they will stop at nothing but the presidency. And even now, if you look at the opposition, look at Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka insisting that he will be a presidential candidate. Look at Matiang'i. Look at Rigathi Gachagua. Look at maybe even Eugene. Look at all these leaders. They insist that their political parties will produce presidential candidates. The trick is very simple. They don't want to be politically irrelevant. A party not producing a presidential candidate can easily be taken as a joke or as a joker. Let's now look at what NYONG'O said before we dig deep. Our party ODM will field a presidential candidate to challenge President William Ruto in the 2027 general elections. Currently, that is the position because the party is an independent one and it has the right to field a candidate. Thus, Anyang NYONG'O speaking on 11th August 2025. And that's why I started by asking, do you think ODM will field a presidential candidate, or will it support Ruto, or will it support an opposition leader? Let's dig deep into this for Kenyans to understand where the truth is in these words. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Which way ODM party? Will it field a presidential candidate, or will it support Ruto or support an opposition leader? One day in Kenya's politics is a very long period of time. So many things can happen. So it's still too early to say with finality that ODM party will not field a presidential candidate or that it will support Ruto. It's still too early to say that with finality. But looking at the current political situation in the country, chances of ODM party supporting William Ruto's re-election are higher than ODM party fielding a presidential candidate. And I'm saying that because not once, not twice, but severally, Raila Odinga has made that very clear that it will work. His party will work with William Ruto come 2027. And even recently speaking in Homa Bay, Raila made that very clear that the relationship between ODM party and William Ruto's party will go beyond 2027. So chances of ODM party supporting Ruto's election are very high. But that does not mean ODM cannot field a presidential candidate. If William Ruto might decide to shortchange ODM party, then I'm seeing a very high possibility where ODM party can field a presidential candidate, or it can support an opposition leader, maybe Matiang'i, Rigathi, Kalonzo, or whichever. Why is ODM party, through its former acting party leader Anyang NYONG'O, saying it will field a candidate? ODM party is just trying to remain vibrant. And as it remains vibrant, it's upping its value or its stake on the negotiating table. I've always maintained here, and I repeat, for ODM party to support William Ruto in 2027, I'm not seeing ODM going for anything less other than William Ruto's running mate. That's the bare minimum. If William Ruto will not be able to give ODM party the running mate's position, I don't think ODM party will have any business in supporting Ruto. That's why ODM is trying to remain vibrant by saying it will compete with Ruto for the presidency. It's trying to up its game on the negotiating table. ODM party is also saying that to lock out the opposition and other competing political parties from its bases. ODM party wants to remain strong in its political basis. If today is known that ODM or Raila Odinga will not go for the presidency, the traditional support bases that have been supporting Raila Odinga, they can easily cross over to other political parties. And that's exactly what I did explain when we started. One day in Kenya's politics is a very long period of time. Also, if you look at ODM party and more so ODM party leaders, something also tells me very strongly that there is still some elements of confusion in the party. The party might have not fully made up its mind, or the party leaders might have not fully made up their minds either to support Ruto or to go for the presidency. ODM has not fully made up that decision. That's why quite often we are seeing conflicting statements and remarks. Secretary General saying something, deputy party leader saying something, the party leader saying something. ODM party might have not fully made that decision. The remarks by ODM party clearly excites the opposition, regarding Gachagua and his team. And this can also be another trick by William Ruto and Raila Odinga to confuse the opposition. If the opposition sees that Raila Odinga will not support Ruto, the opposition might start relaxing. We might see leaders such as Rigathi Gachagua now coming out boldly to say they are going for the presidency. If it's proved today that Raila will support William Ruto in 2027, the opposition leaders will be more serious than they are, in that they'll make sure there is no split between themselves. If they know Raila and William Ruto will go their separate ways, then you'll hear Rigathi saying he's going for the presidency, Kalonzo going for the presidency, Matiang'i going for the presidency. But if Ruto and Raila are together intactly, then that can force the opposition to stick together. So this might also be just another clever strategy by William Ruto and Raila Odinga to confuse the opposition, to make the opposition believe it's easy to beat Ruto. So they won't care about their political unity. This might be a trick being played by William Ruto and Raila Odinga. That's why opposition supporters and the opposition leaders, they should not be celebrating such remarks coming from ODM party. Politics is always a dirty game. This might be a trap laid to them by Ruto and Raila Odinga. So it's still too early to celebrate or to mourn anything. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. And to those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.